Hello everyone, welcome to the first lecture of the second part of current electricity. Current electricity we had seen, and now we have a second part of the current electricity in which we will see electrical measurement. What do we have in this section? In this section of electrical measurement, we will be measuring the value of unknown resistors, we will be measuring unknown temperature, we will be measuring the current flowing in the circuit, we will be measuring the potential difference in the circuit, we will be measuring EMF of the cell, we will be measuring internal resistance of the cell, we will be comparing EMF of the two cells, and all such measurements, right, which are basic measurements related to the current electricity, we will be doing in this chapter. So let us start. The first topic that we have is Kirchhoff's laws. Kirchhoff's laws. Kirchhoff, he was a scientist who gave the laws regarding the calculation of the current and the potential difference. So, double H, it comes double H O double F, Kirchhoff's law. In 1942, he gave these laws. 1942, right? He gave a first law and then the second law. Now we'll see both the laws. Both the laws are very much important in the remaining part of the chapter, as well as there are numericals which carry a weightage from the 2 mark to the 4 mark, right, in your board exams. So let us study Kirchhoff law. If we see the first law, right, first law, it is also called as a Kirchhoff's current law, or it is also called as a junction law. There are multiple names, you can use anything. KCL stands for Kirchhoff's current law, right? In short form we call it as a KCL, or we also call it as Kirchhoff's first law. So you can use any of those names. So what does this law state? First we'll write down that law. So this law states that algebraic sum of currents meeting at junction is 0. Right? If we write down its mathematical format, it can be written this way: algebraic sum of the current is 0. So this is what is the statement of the Kirchhoff's law. Now let us understand what does this statement mean, right? So it is like this. Let's say we have a junction. You must know the English meaning of the junction. Junction means where 2 or 3 paths meet, right? Let's say crossroads. So crossroad, it's a junction of 4 roads, right? 4 roads meets, so that crossroads we call it as a junction. Railways also, right? Railways we name junction. The platforms are named as junction. Junction means from that particular platform, railway goes into 2 different directions, or maybe in the 3 different directions. So when 2 or more paths meet, right, we call it as a junction. So let us say here we have been given junction. We are just understanding, right? Let us say this is a junction at which these 3 different paths are meeting, right? Let us say current in this path, current from this path is I1. If I draw complete circuit diagram, then it can be right. You can draw this just for simplicity. Don't try to get into the details. Positive terminal is here, negative terminal is here, current is flowing in this direction, that direction, all those things we'll see in detail. Here just you have to understand about this junction. Let us say this junction is named as O. Current I1, this is the current I2, and this is the current I3, which are, right, either getting into the junction or going out from the junction. Now as per the law, algebraic sum of the current is 0. That means if you add I1, I2 and I3, their sum, right, I1 plus I2 plus I3, you should get 0. How to add them? Before adding them, let us see the sign convention. So what is the sign convention which is useful in this law? So sign convention, that the first statement is current entering is positive and leaving the junction is negative. You have to take this, or just its contraverse, that is current entering is negative and leaving is positive. So either you can take entering positive, then the other one will automatically become negative, or you can take current entering as negative and automatically other will become positive. I prefer this one. Throughout our studies we'll use this one. This is most commonly used, right? Now using this sign convention, if we try to simplify this, then what it becomes? It will be, right, for you should write down this way: applying Kirchhoff's current law at junction O, right? So algebraic sum of the current is 0. I1 it is entering, so as per the sign convention it is positive. I2 it is again entering, so it is positive, right? I3 it is leaving, so it must be negative. So this one, if you simplify, it will be helpful to you in finding out the values of one of the current if two are given to you. This is Kirchhoff's current law. Let us see one more example. This is the example number 1. Then we'll see example number 2, right? To understand the Kirchhoff's current law. Let us say I have been given a junction, right? Here this is a junction at which 5 different currents are meeting. Let us say this junction is named as O. Now again for this junction, right, this current may be coming from such type of the circuit. You know that in the socket board, right? We see the socket board in our home. What happens? Wires are entering, wires are leaving, right? Current coming from the main supply. Current is coming from the main supply, then it is supplied to the tube lights, fans, air conditioners, washing machine. So same way, let us say this is the junction, and from here either the current is entering or leaving. So again applying here Kirchhoff's current law, applying Kirchhoff's current law at junction O, writing down such type of the statement will create an impression on the examiner, right? It will definitely help you to fetch marks. So here again applying the sign convention, right? Current entering is positive, this is leaving, so I will take -1. This is entering, so I will take +2. This is also entering, so it will be positive. I4 is leaving, so it will be negative. I5 is also leaving, so it will be negative. So again solving this equation, right? This will help you to find the value of one of the current when the other currents are known, right? This law, Kirchhoff's current law, sign convention, right? Sign convention, either you can use this or this. Most of the times, most of the boards, they use this sign convention. Then the current entering is positive and the leaving is negative, right? Even if you use this, your answer will be for sure correct. No mistake. Then next, let us see the second law. Second law, right? Second law, or it is also called as a Kirchhoff's voltage law, or it is also called as a loop law, right? KVL stands for Kirchhoff voltage law, right? Loop law. So now what does this law states? This law states that algebraic sum of the voltages, if I write down its statement, it is like this: algebraic sum of voltage around a closed loop is 0. This is little bit typical than the first law. If I write down its mathematical form, it is like this: algebraic sum of the voltages around a loop is 0, or also you can write down algebraic sum of the IR is 0. Let us see example to understand this. Again here, to apply this law, we have a sign convention. We'll write down the sign convention first and then we'll see the example. So what is the sign convention? Sign convention for the Kirchhoff's voltage law. Sign convention here is the first statement. What does it states? If potential drop is along the direction of current, if the potential drop is along the direction of the current, then potential drop is positive or else negative. I'll explain you this. Just like contradictory one, here also we have another contradiction, that is, if potential difference is opposite to the direction of current, right, then potential difference is positive else negative. Now here some more thing is to be added up. If potential difference is along the direction of the current, okay, I'll add that after taking an example. So let us take an example to understand the voltage law. So the first example we take here to understand the voltage law. Let us say I have been given a circuit. Right, this is a circuit given to me. This is junction A, right? I will name this A, B, C, D, E, F. Here current T will be entering or leaving. So as per that, this is junction, this is also junction, right? I said more than two current will meet. So let us say from this battery current I1 starts. This is the resistance R1, this is R2, this is R3. So from this battery current I1 start and from this battery current I2 starts. This current I2, it reaches here, current I1 reaches here. Both these currents enters into this path, make current I1 plus I2 in the path AD. Please see once again, right? We have drawn a circuit diagram. We have been given two batteries, E1 and E2. From the first battery current I1 starts, obviously current is from the positive terminal, right, and that current reaches the junction A. From the battery 2 also the current I2 starts and it reaches the junction A. Both these currents get added up and enter into the resistance R2. So current into the R2 is I1 plus I2. Now here step 1 to apply the KVL, right? To apply KVL, step 1. Select loop. See here in the statement it is written algebraic sum of the voltage around a closed loop. So you need to select a loop, that is the step 1. So which loop you will select? If you see here, you can see here, how many loops can you see? I can see 3 loops. Which are those? I will name them. Loop A, B, C, D, A, right? A, B, C, D, A. Then loop A, F, E, D, A, F, E, D, A, or also you can name it in the reverse order, A, D, E, F, A. But this order you have to keep this in mind, right? You have taken order A, B, C, D, A. Here you have taken order A, F, E, D, A. So this order must be clear in your mind what you have selected. Then the third loop, what? The complete loop, that will be A, B, C, D, E, F, A. So A, B, C, D, E, F, A. This complete loop, right? So I have to select a loop. So for all the 3 loops, we'll apply this KVL. Let us select the loop 1. I'll name the loops. However, these are the names of the loop. This is the numbering 1, 2 and the 3. So for loop A, B, C, D, A, right? A, B, C, D, A. Now here, if I start with the A to B, is there any potential drop? A to B, do you see any potential drop? A to B, no, there is no resistance, so no potential drop. Wires are considered to be resistance less. For simplicity, we consider wire is resistance less. So A, B, there is no potential drop. Then from B to C, yes, B to C, we see R1. So R1, how much potential drop it will be? current into resistance, so current into resistance. Sign will be positive or negative. See, our loop is A, B, C, D, but we are moving in opposite direction of the current. Our loop is in opposite direction to that of the current. Current is moving this way, but our loop is this way. So our loop is in opposite direction to that of the current. So minus sign, right? Battery, its positive terminal is encountered first, so we'll take EMF of the battery as positive. Then CD, no potential drop. Then DA, right? DA, again we are in the opposite direction of the current, so minus current into resistance. Potential drop is current into resistance, and this will be 0. Let us see this once again. We are applying KVL to the loop 1. Here you have to understand the sign convention also, and as well as how the loop works. So I have selected loop A, B, C, D. You can also select the reverse A, D, C, B, A. It depends up to you. I will select that loop also and show you how it works. So as per the loop selected A, B, C, D, A, starting from the A to B, there is no potential drop. B to C, we see two potential drop. One is potential drop across R1 and other one potential by the battery. So here potential drop will be negative because we are in the opposite direction of the current. Here battery's positive terminal is encountered first, so potential of the battery is taken as positive. CD, no potential drop. For DR, potential drop is negative because we are in the opposite direction of the current. So just read this statement in order to understand the sign convention. If potential difference is along the direction of the current, then it is positive, but here we are in the opposite direction of the current, right? Potential difference across resistor is along the direction of the current, then it is positive as negative. So here we were in the opposite direction of the current, so we took negative, right? Here also we were in opposite direction of the current, we took negative. Now let us see for the battery. So this is sign convention for resistor, right? And now we have a sign convection for battery, you say, or you can say cell, right? So for this again we have a two contradiction. If positive terminal is encountered first, then potential drop, then potential of battery is taken positive, or the exactly reverse of this. If positive taken positive, and here you can add as negative. So obviously positive terminal comes first, then we take potential as positive. We have done the same thing here. Positive terminal is coming first, so potential of the battery is positive. And if the negative terminal comes, then we'll take it as negative. So we can write down here and vice versa, exactly opposite of it. The contradiction of this law will be if positive terminal is encountered first, then potential of battery is taken negative, and vice versa. Just the both are opposite of each other, right? Now what I select is I will use this and this. You can also select this one and this one, right? The combinations can be this and this you select, or this and this one you select. Batteries, these two, because they are widely used. In standard books they use such sign conventions. There also this is a standard, but some of them really have an opposing nature, right? Like Pakistan, so they always use opposite contradictory statements. However, that also will give you a right answer. So here for the loop ABCD we have written. Let us continue, right? Then next ABCD we have done. Now we'll write for the loop. This is one of the equation, right? This is one equation we have got. What will we do with this equation? we'll get multiple equations from the multiple loop. These multiple equations will help us to find out the values of I, R, E, whatever depends upon the question, right? They may give us the value of E1 and E2 and ask us to find out the value of R1, R2, R3 or any such type of the question. So in order to find out the unknown values, we'll have to identify the loop, frame the equations and then solve the equations. Now for loop A, F, E, D, A, right? A, F, E, D, A. So A, F, no potential drop. F, E, we have a battery and we have resistor. So battery, again positive terminal is encountered first. So we will write down plus E2. Then here R3, I2, R3. What is the current here? The current in the branch is same. Whatever current is I2 is seen here, the same current will be here because this is just one simple path. So I2 into R3. Potential across the R3 will be I2 into R3. What will be its sign? Negative, because we are moving this way. Our path is this way, but current is moving in the opposite direction. So this will be negative. ED, no potential drop. D to A, right? For D to A, again direction of the current is reverse, so negative sign. Potential drop will be resistance into current. So resistance into current. Again the algebraic sum is 0. So this is here we have got the second equation. Application of the Ohm's law, right, to the individual resistors will lead us to this conclusion. Next, the loop, this complete big loop, right? So I'll write down for loop A, B, C, D, E, F, A, right? A, B, C, D, E, F, A. So A to B, no potential drop. B to C, it will be here. Negative because direction is reverse, so minus I1 R1. Potential drop across R1 will be current into resistance. Direction is opposite to that of the direction of the current, so minus. Positive terminal of the battery is encountered first, so plus E1. Then C to D, no potential drop. Wires we consider resistance less. So here no potential drop, here also we see no potential drop. Then A, B, C, D, right? D to E also no. Then E to F, E to F, E to F, R3 is there, right? We are moving in this direction. This is a bigger loop, right? So for this bigger loop, our direction is like this. So E to F, R3, what will be the potential drop across R3? Current into resistance. So I to R3, what will be the sign? Positive, because we are moving in the direction of the current, right? The first statement, we are moving in the direction of the current. Then negative terminal of the battery is coming first, so minus E2, this time convection. Then F we have come, EF, then F2A, F2 again nothing is there, so 0. So this is the third equation we have obtained using Kirchhoff's voltage law. Now these three equations are helpful in solving this. So now in the coming lectures we will be seeing more applications of the KCL, KVL, and there are numericals and numericals, right? Please follow us, like us, share, subscribe to know more and more about the physics. Thank you.